COVID 19, one single word, has changed our lives and the entire world. The question is, how are we progressing in detecting this virus? Now you know about COVID 19 that it is an RNA virus and it can affect any organ of the body, first being the lungs. The question is, how are we progressing in detecting this virus? As we know that this virus has been going on in detection, and we have been trying to diagnose the disease using several samples. And in the past 1 year, the one thing that has emerged is the magical biofluid that we human beings possess by virtue of nature, and that is saliva. So saliva is a boon to the human species now when it comes to COVID-19 detection. There is so much to talk about saliva as a COVID-19 aid, how implacably important this biological fluid is becoming day by day for us, for our existence in perspective to the COVID-19 pandemic. I know that you have been reading a lot. Can you just tell us that what you found in the recent times about saliva being used in this COVID-19 pandemic diagnostics? I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of information. Can you share a bit with us?
There are so many other biofluids like blood and also nasopharyngeal swabs that are being used these days for the diagnosis of COVID-19. But interestingly, the thing that attracted me was saliva. I found so many interesting insights about it.
Saliva is kind of painless and it is non-invasive. That's the first thing which makes it so robust, because if we compare both the things, and even taking blood, we all know that it's a needle prick, and in this case definitely saliva has to be preferred over any of the samples that we know now. So yeah, and I think it is easy to collect as well. Can you just give us some more insights about your experience when you started delving about saliva and COVID-19?
So when I started reading about many articles, there were certain few points which I read even in the news, in the media, that were causing problems. Like, for example, there were insufficient number of trained personnel to collect this nasopharyngeal swabs and blood samples, and people were being so much reluctant to do this job because they were afraid that they could also get infected by the disease. Here comes saliva. I think saliva, there is no need of a personnel. Just give them a tube, a bottle, something in which they can spit and leave it there, so that this also reduces not only the requirement of the personnel, but also the infection spread can be controlled to a greater extent. So this was one fascinating thing which I saw. Next, another one is the pain that is induced by using the nasopharyngeal swab. It is inserted quite deep inside the nose, and if the person who is taking the swab is not well trained, then even so many errors can come if it is not collected from deep inside the nose. So that error can be corrected if we use saliva. And so many studies are there which state that saliva has shown the presence of this virus at a very early stage itself. You need not wait for very long.
Yes.
So I think these were some fascinating
and I think
points which I...
Yeah, and if we compare the biosamples, if you compare the other body fluids that you were mentioning, and basically saliva is a biofluid which is secreted from our salivary glands, which is very much within us, and it has all the biomolecules which is present in other biological fluids, like it has DNA, RNA, microRNA, protein, metabolites, name it, it is there in saliva. So I think that's why the world now has come up, and it is being seen that how saliva is coming up as a diagnostic fluid, and how it is helping the entire global community, the scientific community, to come up with these non-invasive tests. And in the global perspective, as you see, even in India, we have several companies and scientist group who are coming up with developing saliva diagnostic tests for COVID-19. As you might be knowing, Rujuta, that this is a RNA virus, and we can actually do PCR test, which has been there. But I think you know very well that saliva, for particularly a pandemic like COVID, we need mass screening. When it comes to mass screening, and also the cost, because it has to be cost effective. It's affecting like everybody. I mean, something like that is happening. It's inside our house. So maybe I just like to understand your views on this area as well.
Yes, ma'am. I think that is one of the very important aspects, that you screen the people, and as COVID has shown so many patients with the asymptomatic nature, and they are the most dangerous ones. They'll not have symptoms, but still we need to screen these people. So mass screening, and also especially the rural areas, in these cases, and children, if you tell a child to get the nasopharyngeal swab, there will be so much of reluctant nature from the children as well.
Afraid to see all those gadgets coming inside their nose,
yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, and also the needle prick. They'll cry like hell. So that is also a very difficult thing to handle. But if you tell them to spit, it will be definitely easy. And I also want to add on one more thing, that in this pandemic, we have also come across that the babies are being infected, 6 months old, 1 year old. So I think in those cases, saliva would be a very better option to use as a diagnostic aid, both helpful for the doctors and the lab people, and also for the patient aspect as well. So this is what I feel.
Wide area of application, because it is particularly when it comes to the cost effectivity, the feasibility. So I think saliva is the one thing that we can think of at this point of time, and I think the more focus of the entire global community is towards this, and it's also like something like where we also need to put our head and try to see how we can bring up more awareness about this, because I think awareness about saliva or working with saliva as a sample is very, very less, not only in India but in the global perspective. Actually, we talk a lot about it, but how to handle saliva, what exactly we do with that when we are taking it as a sample, I think awareness is very much very, very important, and that is what we are trying to do with this particular sessions that we are doing. And today we just came up on this forum to talk with each other. Saliva collection is also a very important aspect, because that is the first step where we tend to do mistakes and the errors creep in. So I think it's a very, very promising area that we are going into. We are going ahead. And just taking your words, I'll just add on something more, like even for elderly people, maybe people who are medically compromised, who are even not able to come up to give up the sample. So I think for them as well, like a home collection kit where they just need to spit, in the tube and just send it away to the lab. And I think we are pretty well approaching, because in our country, in India as well, the revolution has already started. Yeah, by the way, all who are viewing us, if you don't know us, well, I am Dr. Gargi Roy Goswami, and we run an online academy called as Academy of Clinical and Dental Genetics, and we are enthusiasts about saliva research and diagnostics and dental genetics. Those are our two main domains.
So, hello everybody, I am Dr. Rujuta Patil. I am a periodontist.
I think Rujuta has done a work on D-dimer. I think that was her. That is another very good aspect which we can measure salivary D-dimer, which is also a very diagnostic marker, I can say at this. I think I'll just add on that we'll run an e-magazine, interdisciplinary global e-magazine, which is Genomedin. And if you want to connect to us at genomedinmagazine@gmail.com. So that is it, and thank you for being here with us, and thank you so much for listening to us. And don't forget to please hit that bell icon and subscribe our channel. We'll come up with more interesting things like this. Thank you so much. Stay well. Thank you, Rujuta, for being here. And bye-bye. Take care.